children, how are you? It's Sunita Mary welcoming you back to English digital class. I think you have enjoyed the reading part of the lesson Jamaican Fragment. Today we are going to learn about the grammar and vocabulary related to comprehension from the lesson Jamaican Fragment. Before that, let's see the objectives of this session. By the end of this session, children will be able to learn vocabulary with the earlier experience and present it in the examination. Learn grammar with the earlier experience and present it in the examination. Make an effort to read and comprehend the passage. Think on the passage and present it in the examination. Children, now let's know about the general instructions what to do in our examination. Good scores are life's way of saying that there is a bright future in store for you. Every student aspires to score good grade in the examinations to have a good future. Getting good score in the SSC exams is very essential to get good opportunities in life. Moreover, it boosts the confidence and it also acts as an encouraging factor. Consistent preparation, constant practice, familiarizing with the pattern of the exam, time management and possessing good reading and writing skills are the key factors to score 10 by 10. Most of the students feel difficulty in writing English exam, but in our present situation, according to CCE model, it is very easy for students to write English exam. The students need to use their knowledge of language rather than memorizing the rules and the subject. Let us make an attempt to know what to read and how to read in this preparation of plan. Now children, let us make an attempt to know the English paper pattern for paper 1. There are 2 papers with 40 marks each and each paper consists of 3 sections, that is reading comprehension 15 marks, grammar and vocabulary 10 marks and creative writing 15 marks. Children, in this session, 2 passages will be given from the textbook and now you are supposed to read it very carefully. This text comes from reading A and it consists of 150 to 200 words. Children, now let's look at the slide. The first passage is given from any reading A of the textbook. The length of the passage is of around 150 to 200 words. 4 multiple choice questions 4 marks and 3 short answer questions 6 marks are given. Children, now let's look to tips to score good marks. Read all the text of the textual book critically and frequently. Very close options are given in MCQs, means multiple choice questions. So, be very careful while choosing the correct one. Generally, capital A, B, C or D are used with the options. The students must write your option using capital letters only. Children, these MCQs or multiple choice questions will be on the basis of FAIR. The question from 1 to 4 deals with FAIR, means F for factual questions, A for analytical questions and I for inferential questions and R for reflective questions. And the next 5, 6 and 7, these 3 questions deals with a WH type of questions. And be careful while answering these questions. Children, now let's look the slide. Jamaican Fragment. Every day I walk a half mile from my home to the tramcar lines in the morning, from the lines to my home in the evening. The walk is pleasant. The road on either side is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows, green lawns and gardens. The exercise is good for me, and now and then I learn something from a little incident. One morning, about halfway between my front gate and the tram track, I noticed 2 little boys playing in garden of the more modest cottages. They were both very little boys. One was 4 years old, perhaps the other 5. The bigger of the 2 was a sturdy youngster, very dark, with a mat of coarse hair on his head and coal black eyes. He was definitely a little Jamaican, a strong little Jamaican. The other little fellow was smaller but also sturdy. He was white with hazel eyes and light brown hair. Both were dressed in blue shirts and khaki pants. They wore definitely no shoes, and their feet were muddy. They were not conscious of my standing there watching them. They played on. The game, if it could be called a game, was not elaborate. The little white boy strode imperiously up and down, and every now and then shouted imperiously at his bigger playmate. The little brown boy shuffled along quietly behind him and did what he was told. Children, now let's see the questions. Now answer the following questions. Each question has 4 choices. Choose the correct answer and write the options A, B, C or D in your answer booklet. 4 into 1, 4 marks. First question. How much distance is covered in walking? Answers. 1.5 mile, a mile, half a mile, 2 miles. Children, this question you can see that it is an analytical question. You have to analyze it. How much distance is covered in walking? Children, now let's be careful while answering the questions. Now let's watch the next question. Second question. Choose 2 things that help the author. A. Lawn and garden. B. Bungalows and tramcar. C. Exercise and incident. D. Bungalows and garden. This is inferential question. You have to get information. So, from this you have to pick the sentence from the text and relate and give the information for this question. Children, now let's see question number 3. Third question. The color of the eyes of imperious boy is A. Blackberry eyes, B. Hazel eyes, C. Coal black eyes, D. Blue eyes. Children, this question is a factual question. You can easily see the answer of this question in the paragraph. So, you have to concentrate while reading the passage very carefully. Children, now let's see question number 4. The little brown boy shuffled along. The closest meaning of the underlined word is A. Walked slowly, B. Strode, C. Limited, D. Jumped. Children, this question is reasoning question or reflective question. Here you have to understand what the word is given or the underlined word, and you have to give the answer here. Children, now we will see question number 5, 6 and 7. These questions are WH type questions and you have to answer it in 1 or 2 sentences only. And each question carries 2 marks. 3 into 2, you will be getting 6 marks. So, be very careful, read the passage 2 to 3 times and then you have to answer the question when you think the answer is the right one. Children, now let us see the slide for questions 5, 6 and 7. Answer the following questions in 1 or 2 sentences only. 3 into 2, 6 marks. Fifth question, what did the narrator notice on one day? Sixth, how was the bigger of the 2 boys? Seventh, why was the narrator sure that the bigger boy was a Jamaican? Children, now let us see the questions from 8 to 12. The second passage is given from any reading B and C of the textbook. The length of this passage is of 100 to 150 words. 3 MCQs means multiple choice questions, 3 marks, and 2 very short answer type questions, 2 marks will be given. Here note for you children, question number 8 to 12 deals with reading B and C. Children, now let us see section B. It deals with grammar and vocabulary. The questions from 13 to 17, 5 marks. In this section, 3 passages will be given to test the knowledge of grammar and vocabulary of the students. Children, now let us see the slide for the instructions of question number 13 to 17. In the first passage, 5 questions are given for editing. Each question will have an error in it. After locating the errors in those 5 sentences, you need to correct the errors and rewrite the sentences in the booklet. Children, now let us see what type of errors you will find in the question paper for the questions 13 to 17. The errors will be from following topics: errors in articles, prepositions, pronouns, verb agreement, time clause, conjunctions, 2 infinitives, relative pronouns and relative adverbs, error in word order, excess words, error in the forms of words, error in the usage of adjectives and adverbs. Children, now let us see the slide for the questions number 13 to 17. Read the passage given below. 5 sentences in the passage are numbered 13 to 17 at the beginning. Each of these sentences has an error. Correct and rewrite them in the answer booklet. 13th, every day I walk an half mile from my home to the tramcar lines in the morning and from the lines to my home in the evening. 14th, the walk was pleasant. 15th, the road on the either sides is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows, green lawns and gardens. 16th, the exercise is good to me, and now then. 17th, I learn something by a little incident. Children, now let's see the answers for the questions 13 to 17 and how you are supposed to write. Just see the slide for this. 13th, every day I walk a half mile from my home to the tramcar lines in the morning and from the lines to my home in the evening. 14th, the walk is pleasant. 15th, the road on either of side is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows, green lawns and gardens. Children, here OF of is an excess word. You have to remove this excess word. 16th, the exercise is good for me, and now then. 17th, I learn something from a little incident. Here the answer is from. Children, for the 13th question, we have to find out the error. See here, every day I walk an half mile was there. We have to remove an and put a in that place because here we have to use article. So, here the error is article. From my home to the tramcar lines in the morning and from the lines to my home in the evening. Children, for the 14th question, the error is is, means we have to replace was, was has to be removed and the error is was. That is tense, past tense. The walk is pleasant. And for the 15th question, the road on either side is flanked. So, OF of has to be removed because it is an excess word here. The road on either side is flanked by red and green roofed bungalows, green lawns and gardens. For the 16th question, children, see, the exercise is good for me, and we have to use and here instead of or. The exercise is good for me, and now then. And for 17th question, I learned something from a little incident. Here the error is by. We have to remove by and put the preposition from here. And so, in this way you are supposed to write all the questions in an order from 13 to 17. Complete sentences should be written in your answer booklet. Children, now let's see the instructions for the questions 18 to 22. Each question carries half mark, 5 into half, 2.5 marks. In the second passage, students, you need to complete the passage choosing the right word from the given list. The list includes the content words like nouns, adjectives, main verbs and adverbs. Structural words like pronouns, conjunctions, prepositions and auxiliary verbs are not included. So, be careful while answering this passage. Children, now let's see the questions from 18 to 22. Children, here in the box, few words are given here. See the content words, then, exercise, flanked, good, pleasant, green roofed, white roofed. Children, you have to choose the correct word and answer your questions. The walk is dash. 18th question. The road on either side is dash. 19th. By red and dash 20 bungalows, green lawns and gardens. The dash 21st question is good for me. And now 22. I learned something from a little incident. Now we see the answers or the words whichever is suitable for this passage. The walk is pleasant. Pleasant means it is an adjective. So, while reading the text, you are supposed to read very carefully because which word is adjective, which is verb and which is adverb. You have to have this idea. Then only you are supposed to do these questions. Now, see. The road on either side flanked by red. Flanked is a verb. And 20. Green roofed, it is an adjective. Bungalows, green lawns and gardens. The exercise, word is a noun, is good for me. And now and then is an adverb. I learned something from a little incident. Children, now let's see the instructions for question number 23 to 27. In the third passage, you need to rewrite the underlined words as directed. Writing the correct form of the word, replacing the word with its right form, supplying the synonyms or antonyms. Replace the word with a suitable one. To score good marks in this section, all the reading text should be read critically, focusing on the usage above mentioned grammar, topics and also the usage of vocabulary in context. Each question carries half mark. Replace the word with a suitable one. To score good marks in this section, all the reading text should be read critically, focusing on the usage of above mentioned grammar topics and also the usage of vocabulary in context. Each question carries half mark. Children, now let's see the questions 23 to 27. Question number 23 to 27. 5 into half, 2.5 marks. Some words of sentences in the given passage are underlined. Rewrite the underlined words in your answer booklet as directed. The walk is good. For question number 23, the word is good. The road on either side is flank. For question number 24, flank by red and green roofed bungalows, green lawns and gardens. The exercise is 25th question, bad, for me and now. For 26th, or then. I learn something from a. 27th question, few, incident. For 23rd question, replace the underlined word with a suitable one. 24th, replace the word with its right form. 25th, replace the word with its antonym. 26th, replace the word with its right form. 27th, replace the word with its right word. Okay children, hope you enjoyed the class. Have a nice day. Hope this information is better for you. It will be useful for you for preparing for your exams. Have a bright future. Have a nice day. Bye bye.